Welcome to the premiere and first ever $1 billion lips. I am your host today, Vice President of Global Sales of SeneGence, Adrienne Murphy. We are so excited to be with you today. It's finally here. It's our first episode, and we're going to introduce you to SeneGence. Let me give you a little background for those of you that may not know what SeneGence is or who we are. SeneGence launched in 1999, and in its 21-year history has become a global leader in the area of long-lasting color cosmetics and skincare. Our flagship product, Lip Sense, was the first long-lasting lip color ever in the marketplace. And while there have been many attempts to imitate it, Lip Sense continues to be the premier and original long-lasting lip color on the market today. Today, SeneGence offers a full range of long-lasting color cosmetics, anti-aging skincare, body care, and spa products. So to tell you a little bit more about SeneGence, its founding and our mission to give women the opportunity to live life and love in abundance and work for it, let me introduce to you on our first $1 billion Lips episode, SeneGence founder and CEO, the one and only Joni Rogers-Kante.
Hi, Adrienne. It's such a pleasure to be with you here today. And I know that this is our first episode, and I'm excited about it. I'm even more excited about the series that you all have planned for our distributors to see. If you enjoyed the leaders interviews over this past summer, you are going to definitely want to tune in to hear from the amazing speakers from the industry in every way that touches the industry. You're going to want to hear from them and what they have to say and the amazing information they have to pass on to you.
I know. I'm super excited. Joni, you look beautiful as always. Kisses, kisses, kisses. We got to blow our kisses. I'm happy to be here as well. We're excited. I have to tell you, I'm a little nervous about this interview.
Well, I am too. But you know what? This is funny because now we're at a production studio.
Yeah.
And all ideas start with a thought or a good idea. And if you go back and think about this, it began when we were all stay at home in front of our Zooms, and we decided that wouldn't it be fun for the girls to listen to our leaders being interviewed every day when they woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning. And of course, that idea caught on. People loved it. They asked for more. And voila, here we are in our own studio.
Yeah, we make it happen. That's what I want to talk about today, actually, as we go through this interview. So you ready to get started?
I am.
So today I want to talk about, we want to get to know SeneGence, we want to get to know you, but I really, speaking of the year, when we were all in quarantine, and I want to talk to you a little bit about, what it was like, your vision to take us through such an unprecedented time. We had to make so many pivotal changes to keep going and never losing sight and leading us through such a transition. And also, why $1 billion Lips? So I'll start with that first question. What was it? What was it like? What has it been like over the past year leading us through all of this?
Well, when you ask me that, I have to turn around and look behind me because there's a long line of leaders who have been doing this together. We coordinated this great effort together. You're one of them. Of course, Melanie, who's responsible for this, is another one. Philippe Giraud, our president, of course, handled operations seamlessly while I was keeping my fingers and pulse on the sales force and a little bit of all of it. You know how nosy I am. So I have my fingers in a little bit of it. And I just am so blessed. When I think about, and we are blessed, when I think about the skill and the talent and the commitment of the people, not only in corporate, but also our sales force, who have at heart more than just making money. We do this, we all have choices. We can go make money elsewhere, but we do what we do, and we work as hard as we work because we know how important it is to others, how it enhances the lives of others. And if we have the ability and the skill set and the access and the resources to reach out and help others succeed while we are also supplying security for our family, why not? It's the beauty's in the blend.
Yeah.
And doing something you're passionate about, making a contribution to the world or to your community or to your neighborhood, whatever that is, makes it worth it.
What was your vision when you started SeneGence? And actually, what does SeneGence mean?
Well, let me start with the meaning of SeneGence. SeneGence is the combination of two words, senescence, sena, and intelligence, SeneGence, which is the intelligence of aging or aging intelligence. So my vision when I first wrote the business plan for SeneGence was to have a product line that actually worked, that would have huge appeal in the marketplace. And as it had huge appeal in the marketplace, it could be used as a tool for any individual to sell the product to an end consumer, so that individuals selling the product could earn profit selling the product to an end consumer. So it really was a win-win situation in my particular case, because I was writing it from a point of view of a single mother. So I wanted to be able to work from my home, to have flexible hours, and to work while my son was at school. And to do that, I thought in my perfect world, it'd be great if I had products that really work, so I could go to work while he was gone and then make sure that I was home when he arrived home from school. In the beginning as well, it started as a cosmetic line, but then expanded into other products that also helped you age intelligently, so we could live longer, healthier, more fulfilled lives.
Yeah. And so many women feel the same way, and I think about all the women that are part of this opportunity, that have that flexibility that you talked about, and is feeling better, living longer, just through the vehicle of what we're able to provide women and families. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So my next question, why $1 billion lips?
Well, we had $1 Million Lips, which was the first book that I wrote. And that, I think, was about 10 years ago. Of course, time has progressed. We've expanded. Our sales have increased. So naturally, $1 Billion Lips comes after that. And I just hope that within the next 10 years, we get to jump ahead to $1 Trillion Lips. That means we've touched more lives.
Absolutely. I love that. And actually, I remember my first copy of $1 Million Lips. I read it often, and so many of our distributors love it. So many great nuggets in there. I actually have mine like highlighted and pages turned down. So many things that I've learned from reading that book. With $1 Billion Lips, what need, in the market are we serving with this show currently? Or what do we expect to fill with the need of the show?
Well, over the summer, as we were all isolating at home, we, as you know, decided that we would do Zoom calls with our leaders for about 30 minutes every morning and broadcast them to our sales force. And we had so many, hundreds of the girls reach out, making comments, telling us how wonderful it was to stay connected and to hear from the people that they read about, and the women who maybe text back and forth and email in video form. And we realized how comforting that was. So we did it all summer, as you know, for months after months. And that morphed into this show, not only interviewing leaders, but you all have a wonderful series of speakers lined up who we will make available to the public, and of course our sales force leaders and distributors to learn from areas of business or commerce or government that touch the lives of independent contractors, and in particular SeneGence distributors.
Yeah. So you talk a lot about touching lives. That seems to be a common theme here. Would you say that that is SeneGence and your why?
I think it's the only thing there is to live for. I mean, seriously, it's touching the lives of your family and your friends, of your associates that you work with. I mean, we're all family because we work together. And if you're not trying to be a benefit during your working hours to others while supplying security and safety for your own family, I don't see another point
Yeah.
to putting effort into any other kind of action as you move throughout the day.
Yeah, yeah, and we are definitely a family. I remember when I first joined the SeneGence family, I thought, really? And Alan was the first person to say welcome to the family. I thought that was really cool. So we that is a truism here with SeneGence. So, question: did you ever think that SeneGence will become what it is today?
I knew because the company and the product line, the structure, our operations were built on truth. I knew that it would absolutely sustain the test of time because Napoleon Hill says anything built on truth will. So, no decisions are made in any of those categories unless it is a truthful, real, solid decision, period. That's rule number one. So, we're in 17 countries now. There's 130 more to go. We're 22 years into it. Now, I know things happen faster as you get more experience and we have better processes in place, but I'm thinking we still have a long way to go, so we better get busy.
We better get there. We are busy, Joni. We're busy all the time. So, but we got to just keep on going. 100. How many more countries?
130.
More to go.
Yes, you
Okay.
better get your beauty sleep.
Well, absolutely. And thank goodness I have our products to help me with that as well. So now we're going to find out a little bit more about you. What is your fondest SeneGence memory?
Wow, I have so many. Our very first seminar held in a parking lot in year 2000. I believe we had 68 people attend, but it was really fun. It was one of the best. I remember one year at our annual seminar, we did not have the budget to hire an outside speaker or entertainment. So one of our distributors wrote, putting on the lips to the tune of putting on the Ritz. And so our employees dressed up in gowns, and Michael Mode and Ben, my husband, dressed up in tuxedos, and we did a song and dance, putting on the lips on stage. It was hilarious. Some of the things that you do in your startup years, because, money is not readily available, are, give you some of the most loving, warm memories.
I love that. What do you dream about, Joni? What does Joni Rogers dream about?
I dream about all those countries we have yet to launch in. And I think about all the women who don't yet know they have an opportunity to choose to live life in love and abundance. I worry that women who have energy and passion and have a hope and a faith in their future aren't going to learn about SeneGence soon enough. And I just can't get it to them as fast as I would like to. Those are the things I think about.
Yeah. Tell us what has been a hard lesson you've had to learn along the way.
Well, I'll tell you some advice I was given in my early 20s by one of my mentors, Mary Kay Ash, who literally paved the way for women to have careers in their home, from their home with indirect sales. And some people think it's rather harsh, but I took it to heart, and it absolutely must be followed. And that is, if it's broken, fix it. If you can't fix it, get rid of it. Really, no matter what it is. Because if you think about it, if you're walking around with all this broken stuff piled on your shoulder and your mind, the weight of it, just will take you down. So
Yeah.
if you can follow that advice, sometimes, those are tough decisions to make. You'll be better off for them in the long run.
Amen. I love that. So, I think this is the last question because I want to leave you. You're so inspiring, and you always have the right words. What's inspiring you lately?
Well, my faith, of course, is inspirational to me every single morning when I get to open my eyes and jump out of bed and have a new day and a new opportunity in front of me. What I think is exciting is the speed in which technology is changing and the opportunities that that brings all humans, whether it be to fight disease, to live healthier longer, to do things more efficiently, even to customize so that we can live the life we choose in the way that we choose to live it. Those things to me are very exciting.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, Joni, it has been an honor and a privilege to have this time with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our first show is down.
Yay. And thank you, Adrienne, for your life, your energy, your intelligence, and your passion to help us spread the word to women around the world. They do have a choice to live life in love and abundance and work for it.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity. So, first show down and so much more to come. If you have an idea or something you want to see us share in the coming shows, please don't hesitate to email us at billiondollarlips@senegence.com. But before we go, I want to do a giveaway. Who wants an opportunity, a chance to win something fabulous? Drop us a lip emoji in the chat. Guess what? We're going to choose 5 winners. So drop those emojis in the chat for your chance to win. Well, beauties, that's our first show down and much more to come. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. Continue to be the light. And as Joni always says, live life and love in abundance and work for it. Bye-bye.